and happy to be here. Actually, the second time. I was in Leipzig last year. And today I'm going to be presenting a journey for a user at the hospital. So this is the agenda, and we are here because of a dramatic development and the fact that there is a lot of organizations out there who run a high level of risk being affected by someone or something. And the question, why could that be? Yeah, mostly for sure due to bad, insufficient and not coordinated infrastructure, but also not control of the users and the user's identity. So we will touch down on that topic today. Shortly, Andreas Mossnelid is my name, work at Pointsharp. So we are a European company with a lot of offices and local presence to help partners and customers on the journey. With me today, I have Bastian. So come by the booth later and we can have a chat. Long history in the security field and especially with the hospitals, and that goes also back because my mom is a nurse. So to start with, this organization is actually based on a real use case. So I want to address some challenges from this organization, and then also our offering, and in the end, after successful enrollment, the impact for the customer. And this first discussion with the customer was actually, they come up and ask about the NIS2. You heard about it in other presentations today. How could we follow NIS2 and also map to that? A really important question is the security. And so in this case, it was important to see if they can cover and secure all users in the organization, internal, external, partners, other hospitals, etc. So then we looked into what are they using at the moment. And I think you all are familiar with MFA, multi-factor authentication, but how could we secure with something better than a username and password? So we looked into their organization and find out that they're using several solutions. Per user group, per use case, different technologies. It could be an example of you receive an one-time password through SMS, or it could be that you're using an app, maybe Microsoft Authenticator you heard about. Of course, good that the organization already started to increase the security, but it was a bottleneck for IT admins to administrate several solutions, and for the users, the user friendliness when dealing with the different apps and different logon methods. So an important thing was to not only to improve and secure all the users, also to see if they can reduce number of solutions and maybe vendors also. And supporting in this case also the hybrid environment with of course a lot of things on-prem, but nowadays it's a lot of things also in the cloud. So this was the two first challenges. The next one will be control of the users. So we had, in this case, a lot of users spread among different platforms, on-prem and cloud. And we have a problem to set access rights in all of these applications. And this was a real important thing for the organization to solve, because if we can find a way to have a central management, then we can get control of the users. So this is to avoid, for example, you all read the security reports of security breaches, and in this case with users, maybe we have one user that will leave that hospital and go to another one. Then we need to make sure that the access right is removed and new is added. But we can see in reports that we have users left their company and they can still log on with the credentials even after a few years. So this is important for the organization to secure. So going further on the kind of problem challenges, we also have the next one. In a world after the pandemic and the possibility to work more from home, we have an easy access for the user requested by the organization, meaning that if we can log on securely, we could access our application and systems, whatever, if it's on-prem or SaaS applications. Doing that with a single sign-on is easy for the user, but also the increasing demand from the users when they maybe don't have a working phone. They may go with their own PC, bring their own device. You have cloud PC, domain your own PCs, different devices, and a lot of operating systems. So how could we figure out a solution that should be the same kind of user experience and log on to all the applications? So that was the challenges. Is there a solution? Yes, of course, it is, but we need to have something that can work together with the existing infrastructure. We don't need to replace everything, and this is where Pointsharp, together with the experience, 25 years working with especially hospitals and in the public sector, with a lot of regulations, and we also been involved in many projects, meaning that we have the technology and we can talk to each other, and this is really important to do it together. I think we also heard that from other presentations. So what we did in our offering is to, on top of their infrastructure, complement to get control of the users. Let's see if we can find the cool thing here. Yeah, actually. Control of the users. And you heard the story. If we have control of the users, we can set the right access rights. And then we can say that the users should be able to log on using a secure method. I will come back what I mean with that. And in the end, get access to the applications. And not only that we can log on to the application, we also need the security to remain. So if we, in this example, sending classified data through email and files, we should continue the security within the organization. So it's more control of the users and set the right identity and be able to log on. So that's in a green line, red line, but follow the user from day one. And I will go into more detail about it, but this is the main offering from Pointsharp. I'm not sure if everyone likes all the buzzwords, but the technology, I don't have time to demo it. I'm happy to do it in the booth after. But you don't need to focus on the components that is used and all the technologies. But if you recognize some of it, it is standards. The standard protocols, standard ways to communicate. So using APIs, SDKs, and that make sure that we can work with existing platforms. And that is what we've been focusing on for, plus 20 years. So taking the journey for the users and the organizations and hook it into the other solutions out there. We heard about device control and other things in the network that also need to be secure. Yes, think of us as we secure the user's journey from day 0 to the future. Another topic, this is actually Hannah, a nurse. She's happy, yes, because we could, in the project, show and also have a discussion with the users, but we can show that Hannah can save time and also that we can remove choices. And that will affect the human factor. So if we know that Hannah only click that button, we know that she's secured and having the right access. But when we started the project, it was a lot of choices. And if you click the wrong button, yes, you end up with too much access, for example. So the happy users and the user friendliness is key for our success in this project. So the impact. We go back and we look at the identity management and the security and access. This is, once again, how we could control the users in all their environment, in every system, and we could set the right access and giving out the right logon method to the users. This was the key, and it was required. And with that, we saved a lot of time for IT and the users, especially the users. We have, for example, the cost of password reset. I think you've seen a lot of reports, and I think I have one slide about that also. We can remove the cost for that, go on with another logon method instead of using passwords, sing is on, and things like that. So a lot of cost saving and time saving, but also a challenge when we change the workflow, especially if we go with kind of physical tokens. I have on me a smart card, I have a security key, I have a mobile. You may need to change some workflows to get everything working because we have higher up the security and we need to identify the user in another way. On top of that, we could also, in the platform, also go for compliance check and the software asset management, meaning that we can get control of the licenses, the devices, and also the segregation of duties or workflows, that we can make sure that this is the right way to go in and follow different regulation and keep compliant in the future. This was the overall impact. And if I go into some of the details, once again, I think most of you heard like identity and access management, but it's a lot of checkboxes in that area. So what we said that we can go into the users, meaning that we can set everything in the background. So when we have a new user starting, we are sure that we can go and easy access the network. For Hannah, this was done by checking before she started the journey, what kind of size on the clothes, order the right mobile, set all the computers, access rights. This was before Anna was starting. And this is just example, but we have given out some security tokens, meaning that she can log on easily to the applications without actually having to know what kind of operating system. We know that we can use the tokens to insert in different applications, and that will solve her journey completely. See, is it 2 minutes? Yeah. So I have a lot of examples, and I'm happy to show this more in detail, but as you can see, it could be a lot of applications where we set the right access, and that will also give her the possibility to log on. And we are sure if we remove Hannah to another role in the organization, that their access rights will be removed and new set for the new role. If she is leaving the hospital, we are sure that the offboarding will take care of the access rights. Talking about the security, and this is important because, as I mentioned, there is a lot of good solutions, and we can complement, so we can still use some of the technology that are maybe for Microsoft, Google, firewalls, etc. We're following the same standard, but we can add and complement with other tokens, especially the physical tokens. You have a smart card that you are familiar with. You have the visual ID. I'm doctor. I'll open my door. I go and get my printing, follow my print solutions. I can actually do a lot of more with the card. The same goes with security keys that you can see on the photo. This one, I can solve the issue with the shared devices. I can insert the security key in a tablet, or in this case, my iPhone. I will be then logged in as a Hannah on this device. When I remove it, I can give it to someone else. So this is the flexible way to work with the security logon methods in a hospital, because you don't have the same need and requirement for all departments. So going with any device and any operating system, you will have the same look and feel. And the same look and feel could be the app portal, meaning that we log on to once, depending if it's a PC or a mobile phone. We get access to the application. When we click on it, it will open automatically. And in some cases, we need to step up. So we need a phishing-resistant MFA, a bit higher security for that clinic application, and that we can solve. So I think I'm into the next slide here, and that is how we remain security within the organization, how we can send, in this case, Hanna to, was put in another name on the doctor there, but send an X-ray. In the background, Hanna just enclosed the file. In the background, we will see that this is a file, this is classified. We will set all the policies. We will also require to do maybe an authentication to receive it. So we can set policies based on the requirement. And this is how we can remain the security within the organization. So, a summary. We have limited time, but I'm happy to continue in the booth. But it's a lot of use cases. This was just a few of them, but I wanted to remember like the challenges is getting control of the user's identity. And then we can set up the right policies and rules how to make it easy for users to log on. And then it doesn't matter if it's for admins that we need to secure for going to the servers, or if it's a user remotely or an internal user. We want to use the same system on top of our infrastructure. And that is what we can do from Pointsharp. Yeah, I'm not sure about the time. I have one time here, but it says the same. But
it's okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.